Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Pinkfresh Fridays, where we'll all be using our Pinkfresh to create our layouts. It'll be either from our stash or something new. And today's layout, I'm going to be using this photo of my nephew Ricky, and he has a gray suit on. So last time when I did a layout from this collection, I noticed there were some grays in there, and I thought that would be a great photo to scrap with it. I'm using some of my photo dies at Tim Holtz Beach one. I'm only going to use one word. And an Echo Park die plus an older Sizzix die. And I really pulled from this 6x6 paper pad. I did not have that last month, but I decided I needed it. I don't I don't think I go ahead and use that circle I pulled from there. I will be using these colorful pieces. See on the back right there, all those colorful pieces I will be cutting out with my dies. Some of those things, that alpha and a couple of frames, and I think one sticker, a little tiny red one. I did cut apart the tag paper. I mean, I watched TV one night and just fussy cut it all out because I knew I wanted to make a tag layout. I used my Martha Stewart scoreboard and scored that cardstock there. I laid my paper down on that white paper and I liked it, but I thought I think I'd like it more if it was bigger. And I had a 6x6 paper pad that I was trying to use. So, because there was so much good stuff to cut out of this collection, not just the tag page, but plenty more. And so I wanted to make it bigger for my photo. I'm using this Tile Mania uh, stencil and Rustic Forest, I think it's called, Wilderness. And if you noticed, I lined up my empty spaces along the edge of the paper because I like for this one and a few others to stay straight on my layout. I don't like them kind of angled because they're just pretty square. And I really like that look. So I was trying to keep it straight by lining it up. I put some of the ink on that scrap packaging and made me a few splatters. And boy, it dried really quick. I was happy with that. I did use the white side of the packaging for my background. I am going to, well, I had it in my head that I was going to make four, yes, four tag embellishments around the page. But, this is like all month long I'm thinking that. But when I actually sit down to do the layout, I'm only going to do three. And I had some pictured in my mind from when I was fussy cutting. Well, none of these look exactly like I had pictured in my mind and kind of laid out as I was fussy cutting. They all ended up different because once I got in that tray, I was just kind of picking them out randomly. I was mostly looking for the colors that I was wanting. I knew I wanted gray, and I was thinking I want some green in each one, maybe a little bit of blue, and a tiny bit of red. Of course, I only had a tiny bit to work with, but I will manage to have red in each one. I uh, even cut some out of the 6x6 paper pad just before I started the layout because mostly the red, I knew that there should be a red tiny tag. So I fussy cut a few, not just red, but I only end up using the red. Um, that paper that I showed that I die cut and stuff out of, I cut that reel out and put it behind that circular piece that I fussy cut out. And it is an Echo Park viewfinder die, and it's the one with the ampersand. There's one with Wish, I believe it is, but it is uh, much smaller. This one's not super big, but the other one's much smaller. I put foam tape underneath those two circular things that went on there. I used that very old Sizzix die to make my chevron thing there. And I used a piece of paper from the 6x6 paper pad that really reminds me so much of the Christmas one that I have just cut into and cut into because it's green on green. And so I'm really liking that in this collection. Well, I'm liking all the greens. Y'all know I love green. I had in my head I was going to use that other viewfinder up there at the top. However, it just didn't seem to fit right once I was actually on the page. So I am going without it. I did not want to put twine in each one of my tags because, you know, if I was going to have several tags, it looks really busy to me if I have too much twine. So I am using some matte enamel dots on there just to fill in the spots plus my twine. Like I said, I was trying to figure out some reds to put on there. So I am going to try that piece, which is from the Christmas collection. And then I lay that other one up there, but I'm still not sure about it. I can't remember exactly what it says. I think fake it till you make it. That's it. But I just laid it there because, like I said, I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd leave it. I cut out the word photos from that Tim Holtz die set. And you see me cut the S off because I didn't need the S. So it says photo prop, which is what Ricky has on. They had one of those photo booth things. It was an outdoor wedding, so he is outdoors. And he tried everybody, it looked like, except my brother. I did not see no photos of my brother trying on anything at all. But he tried these glasses on, and then there's a funny looking lit up hat on his head too. But I just put prop because I couldn't find an S that went with the word prop. So I wanted that color. And those are from Autumn Splendor. I think that's what it's called. It's Joanne's favorite collection anyway. Um, I used the Echo Park camera die, and since I had green on green, I fussy cut around with some cardstock that one piece that goes in the center. And then I added the circle that actually goes there, but I took one of the circle frames from the frame collection and went around it. So it's kind of hard to tell till you see the close-ups, but I think it makes the lens look more dimensional, like they've got it zoomed in on something. And I started to put the title on top of it because the die set comes with the word smile, which is on that wax paper. But I decided to use Say Cheese, which is also an older Echo Park die. It came with something else. I can't even remember what. They do not put on their packaging sometimes the names of the stuff. And it's really hard to decide which packaging to put it back in. But y'all know I put all my camera stuff together anyway. But that came with one of them. And I decided to go ahead and put it above it instead of on it. And I did use two pieces of cardstock glued together. I put all this stuff down and then I remembered I wanted to put a tag behind there, to go with the rest of the layout. And since I use 6x6, it's only 6 inches long. But you will see in the pictures at the end that I pulled the camera back up and cut that off the bottom part and moved it down so that it would actually go a tiny bit below the photo. And I like that a whole lot better. I am using the same blue diamond ombre paper as that long tag that will be longer for the stars that I'm going to scatter around the layout. I put foam tape under all these that I went ahead and punched out to start with, but I'm going to punch one more and not put foam tape on it and kind of tuck it under. And I will move a couple of them because of what's close to it and thinking which color I like the best. But then I want to move one, and I guess I should have punched out another one, but I went ahead and left it instead. To go with the more random look instead of the more perfected look to get my colors exactly right. I do like random and asymmetrical better than I do symmetrical. But I think I am getting close to getting done. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I think I am. I'm going to put that star on there, and that's about it. So make sure you check down there below to see who all is doing the Pink Fresh Friday this week. I'm sure there's quite a few names down there and a lot of Pink Fresh inspiration for you to watch. And pull out your Pink Fresh and create a layout. But there, that's my layout and my nephew. And see how the tag is longer? Yeah, all I did was cut it off and leave a blank spot behind the camera. And there's that little wheel from the Autumn Splendor paper. Just glancing at that, since it's like, oh, tags or sticky note looking things on top of each other. I can't remember which one that one was. It did not look patterned until I actually went to die cut it out. And there's the green on green pattern that I like on the chevron. And uh, yeah, and there's the mixed media from the Talmania. And I thought it would go really good with all these more diamond shapes that's in this collection. And plaids, yeah. And there's the camera with the say cheese and a little bit of my nephew. But if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. But have fun on the hop and have a happy scrappy week. Bye.